yucky. So, hi guys. I'm gonna drive home from Whole Foods. We got about 20-minute drive to the traffic, really. So, I don't know, lately I've been thinking about, I don't know, old ghosts, so to speak. Like, kind of wondering if any of you guys let old ghosts control your present. What I mean by that is, you know, like bad shit that happens to you when you're little. We all have stuff. Trust me, we all have stuff. Some of us are traumatized over being hit, beat, slapped, ignored, belittled, neglected, which is basically similar to ignored. I spent a lot of my childhood asking questions and being ignored. It's just, you know, I guess I was considered annoying. I asked a lot of questions. I was also teased. I think we all have stories of being teased or bullied. I was teased for being small, like all the way from kindergarten to high school, and I watched all the girls, you know, like 12, 13 years old, blossom and, you know, get their titties and everything, and here I was, 14, I was built like a 10-year-old. I got teased about that. Now, I'm not bitching, I'm just talking, because I think it's important that we deconstruct our childhoods. So, hopefully we can move forward, kind of get past that. Because if we don't get past it, then you carry that into your relationships. Friendships, romantic relationships, the way you interact with family, the way you interact online. I mean, I see a lot of childhoods on display online. The vitriol, the passive aggressiveness, just a straight up asshole comments. For real though, I see that a lot. I see that a lot in the vegan community, and you would think like vegans have a higher consciousness. They're aware a little bit more. They're more sensitive and empathetic, I would like to think. But I know that there are vegan assholes. Gary Yourofsky, vegan asshole. I just see it as childhoods on display. And I sometimes see my childhood creeping out. I don't think that's very productive. It leaches off into my relationships at times. Like, seriously, I had fucking trauma. I had trauma. I was ripe to be taken for granted as a teen, so of course the first boy who shows any kind of, you know, interest in me, I give it up. I'm 14, I give it up. I don't, you know, I want to keep them. I want that love, I want that affection. I mean, it wasn't even love, but in my mind it was love. That's what I knew love to be, is attention. And look at me, I've been divorced now 3 times. 3 times! the fuck? I mean, if that isn't childhood issues on display, I don't know what is. And I'm not about blaming society and whatnot. I'm about blaming the people who were supposed to have your interests at heart as a child. Children are innocent. We don't listen to children. Just talk down to them and make them conform to your will, even if your will is retarded. No offense using the R word, but stupid. And people say, oh, you pussify kids and you don't hit them and this and that, and look at this society, how bad it's going. Excuse me, like 90% or more of adults parents have admitted to spanking their kids. So I'd like to tell them to, check out those statistics before they start blaming the tiny percentage of parents that do not, that want to reason and negotiate with their kids. Kids have the ability to negotiate at a very young age. And it's just not necessary. I struck my kids very rarely, but a few times when they were really small, and I figured that out real quick that was bullshit, and it gets nowhere. It gets nowhere. You bear no fruit from that kind of bullshit. So actually start listening, talking to my kids. And to this day, guess what? My kids want to know me. They want to be my friend. And there's nothing wrong with being your kid's friend, especially when your kids are 24 and 21, 22. So at least I kind of righted that shit for his sake when they're really small. And I think that we need to kind of dissect and do a little bit of self-knowledge about the experiences that we've had. People are quick to say, oh, you gotta forgive. Well, you know what? There's been family members and in my life that have been very bad to me. Very bad. They threw religion at me, told me I was going to hell as a 4-year-old. Really? Really, as a 4-year-old. I was force-fed, like, food. If I didn't want to eat it, this woman in charge of me at the time, this is not my mom, a woman in charge of me at the time, she would make these empty threats, and as a little child, I didn't understand those were empty threats. I totally seen them as real. This is real, the real deal. This bitch is gonna fucking do what she's saying she's gonna do, and she's saying she's gonna take the knife and she's gonna cut my tongue out if I don't eat, and if I don't take my hands off the table, she's gonna cut my fingers off. I mean, this was the kind of shit that she would tell me if I didn't eat the gross food that she served me. And as she would tell me that, like, the food would be spitting, like, out of her mouth. To this day, I can't eat any sour cream, any mayonnaise, any, well, now that I'm vegan, of course I'm not going to eat that stuff, but just all the gross shit that she ate, like, all the Alfredo sauce, all that disgusting stuff, I want nothing to do with that. She would, feed me seafood, and it was all gross and smelly and stuff. Was not feeling that shit. Anyways, yeah, so I have hang-ups about food, which being vegan helps a lot because it's just plants, and plants are not gross. Plants are really beneficial. So, yeah, but I mean, I just kept making bad decisions after bad decisions in my life, and I couldn't figure it out. I mean, I couldn't figure out what my deal was. Why am I getting hurt all the time? Why am I getting taken for granted? Why, why? Well, I gotta go around this person. No wonder why, I wasn't necessarily shown that I had any value. I was just more of in the way. I love this part of Long Beach, Belmont Shore area. It's gorgeous. We're moving closer to it next week, actually. I don't want to say exactly where, but in a really nice area. I don't know how we got so fortunate, but we did. Got a real cool landlord. He's like, hey, are you vegan? Because he saw my tattoo, and I'm like, yeah. I was worried that was going to be an issue, because, you know, so many people are like, man, that's hot. But no, he was like, I'm a vegetarian, so, you know, it's pretty cool. He didn't mind our dogs and all that stuff, so, I mean, it just works out, and their house is adorable. Pretty happy about that, pretty stoked. So yeah, the Adjusted American, there, my love, my beloved. He's helped me so much with like facing the bullshit. And when I get caught up in the sadness of the ghosts of the past, he'll give me that boost that I need, that kind of kick in the ass. He'll tell me to quit being such a willing victim to my past. I really didn't. You know, when it hurts, and you're not. The last thing you want to hear is quit being a willing victim of your past. It's like, fuck you. You know, like, do you think I want to feel this way? Fuck no, I don't want to feel this way. But if I don't react like that, if I actually take a few moments, listen, digest, process, center myself. Really, he loves me. He's trying to help me. He's trying to help me see that I am more powerful than the ghosts of the past. Ghosts in the past can't control me now. I'm a full-on adult. I am in control of my destiny. I can do whatever I want, as long as I'm not aggressing on anyone, not hurting anybody. I had the best time with my love on Friday. We stood at the hotel, Sofitel in Beverly Hills. Oh my gosh, we acted like we were rich. We got a suite. It was wonderful. I posted that video. We had a great night. That guy is my heroine. He's my medicine. He's my love. It's not always like, oh my God, so awesome. It's not always like that. We have our moments, because he is, after all, the Adjusted American. Oh man. He's a stubborn motherfucker. We're going in the tunnel right now, so it's going to get dark. Anyways, do you guys do that? Do you realize it? Do you realize when you're being willing victims of your past? Because you know you don't have to. You don't have to hurt like that. You have to learn to say fuck it. You have to learn to be an anarchist in your life. Don't conform, don't obey. Don't do what you don't want to do. As long as you're not hurting anybody, and it's voluntary, there's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with what you're doing. Everybody breaks the law. You just don't realize. People are, oh, I'm a law-abiding. No, you're not. Thousands of laws, new laws go into effect every fucking year, it seems like. So, I used to be with this guy. I met him when I was 16. He was an up-and-coming rock star. He was a drummer in a band. He was the bad boy. I was a little punk rock girl. The way I met him initially was in front of Fender's Ballroom in Long Beach. It was like the place to go for shows, for, you know, gigs. Back in the 80s, I was wasted on the curb. They didn't allow me in the show because I was too wasted. This guy comes up to me, puts a lighter to my face because it was dark, to see what I looked like. And he's like, "What are you on?" And I was like, "I don't even know." And he just kissed me. And he had this 18-inch long mohawk. He kissed me, and then he went into the show. And then I think that's when I was 15. And then when I was 16, I'm at a backyard gig at City Terrace in East LA with some friends. It's a punk rock event, and it was in this neighborhood, and we called this place the Dust Bowl because it was basically a dirt lot that people would hold gigs. And I saw him, and this time he had his head shaved, but he just like looked at me, I looked at him, and my girlfriend's like, "Oh, I go to school with him," and this and that, and I've shown him your picture. I was like, "He looks familiar." I didn't really know it was the same dude, but he walks up to me and he just basically sits down, pulls out a little flask of peppermint schnapps and hands it to me. I take a drink and he pulls me down by the wrist and starts kissing me, and that's how we got together. It was great for the first year, and then the next half year after that was a lot of abuse, physical abuse. He got really possessive, didn't like my friends. You guys fell, by the way. Bobby. Woo! It's fucking sunny, man. Yeah, like I could say, "Oh, he beat me and stuff. Woe's me." Yeah, he would get jealous, and because I couldn't spend the night at his house once in a while, because my parents were like, "No, you gotta come home," he would take it out on me physically and beat me and hit me, and I would always fight back, though. I wasn't like ball up in a fetal position. I would fight back the best I could, and sometimes I got him good, but I would always fight back in self-defense. After a half a year of that bullshit, I don't know, I was, like I said, fucking, as a child, I didn't have very much value of myself. I didn't hold myself to any kind of value because, well, I was fucking ignored, neglected, and whatever as a kid. So, don't fall. Yeah, so this guy, I let control my destiny for a while. Then I finally got the courage to walk away. I realized I can't fix everyone. I couldn't fix him. How can I fix somebody when I was so fucked up myself? Like, dirt. So I was with him till I was 18. Got together with a really cool guy. Ended up fathering my son. We never did marry or anything, but to this day we're like family. He has other kids and a wife, and he's been with her for a very long time, and I'm like really happy for him. I'll never get abused like that again. I'm a lot stronger now. Yes, ghosts affect me from time to time. I'm really working on that. Jesus Christ. Being with somebody who legitimately loves you, like legitimately shows you that they care, they love you. It isn't always flowery. It isn't like a movie. It's fucking real. It gets dirty. It gets ugly. It gets sad. But then it's extremely loving, extremely awesome, extremely extreme. It's real love. I'm experiencing real love now, and it fucking trips me out, man. I still have that fear of I'm gonna lose him because I've lost everything else. I have to stop myself and say, hey, you never had that. You never had it. and it wasn't right. It wasn't yours. It wasn't meant for you. It wasn't your match. My last ex, we were never right for each other. Never. I think we served our purpose for each other on the short term, and we stood way too long. And then we got married. I don't know what the fuck, man. I don't know what the fuck, why we even got married. This dude, like, fucking... I busted him a few times doing shady ass shit he shouldn't have been doing. And then denying it, and then, you know, I don't know, if I was doing shady shit, which I've done, I've been guilty of shady shit, let's fucking own it, man. When you're caught, like, fucking own it. I've always owned whatever shit I've done, I've always owned that. Always owned that. So it really, really pisses me off when someone has the opportunity to come clean and they refuse. They totally fucking refuse to come clean about their bullshit. So, anyways, mistake after mistake after mistake, and then lo and behold, there's the adjusted American. My love. Man, I love this man. Like, fuck. I love him to the point of I worry I have these anxieties where I shouldn't have anxieties. I'm like, this motherfucker gonna fucking leave, is gonna do something. And I cannot do that. You can't do that. You can't judge somebody based on past experience of somebody completely different. You cannot do that. It's not fair. I just have to check myself. And man, he feeds me the sweetest nectar when it comes to his love. Like, just looking into those brown eyes, man. Really love him. Yeah, I know. Puke. Sorry. Anyways, people don't let the bad shit that happened to you, like, control your present. Just don't. It's not good. You can really be happy. Just take your life, man. Take it. Fucking hang on and fucking live. Live. Do what you gotta do. That's what I started doing. I gotta do what I gotta do. And when those ghosts try to rear their fucking ugly heads, I say, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not gonna let you fucking control me. And you should do the same. Getting close to the hood now, so just past the new house. I'll see you next week, new house. It's pretty awesome. I hate moving though. I hate the process of moving. Like, I only boxed one hutch so far, so I gotta get off my ass. Alright guys, I'm gonna bounce. You guys take it easy. I don't know if you like this format where I'm just like out and about. I just had something in my mind. Usually I don't do this, but you know, I had something brewing. Had to get it out. I don't know, comes out all fucking in pieces and stuff, but you know, whatever. Alright, take care guys. See ya.